Rewind back to the last cryptocurrency cycle from 2020 through to 2022, and the chain where everything seemed to be happening was Ethereum. First, there was DeFi summer. Oh man, everybody made so much money on like stupid APY, yam farms and bullshit like that. Then there was an explosion of interest in NFTs. It was all taking place on Ethereum, which was set to be the future of digital finance, the future of digital art. Then the metaverse came, and the future of the metaverse is on Ethereum. Everything was going to be built on Ethereum. The world computer was taken over. And don't forget, this was when most transactions were happening on the main chain. Layer 2s, they didn't even really exist at that point. I mean, we had Polygon, which was in a side chain. It's a bit different, meaning sky-high gas fees were just part of the deal. Literally, I remember paying like $250 at some points to do swaps on Uniswap, but you had to do it because that's where the money is being made. But nobody minded because we were all getting rich. Of course, crypto then crashed at the end of 2022, but the feeling throughout the ensuing bear market was that Ethereum was one of the strongest bets for the next bull run. The one we're in right now, especially with the layer 2 ecosystem expanding and bringing down those damn gas fees. But then, here we are in 2025, the bull market in full swing, Bitcoin smashing through the $100,000 mark, hitting new all-time highs. Solana hitting new all-time highs. Ethereum, still no new all-time highs. Sentiment in the absolute bottom of the toilet. Okay, right down the drain right now for Ethereum. Hype everywhere else in the market except for Ethereum. So what happened to ETH? Why is it the most hated asset in crypto right now? And is there still a way back for the number 2 cryptocurrency by market cap, or is it about to get blockbustered? Stick around in this video and we'll try to answer some of those questions for you. By the way, I hold Ethereum, as always, full portfolio disclosures in the YouTube description or the pinned comment over on X. Let's start off with the recent Ethereum Foundation drama. If you're on Twitter in recent weeks, you might have noticed some different drama on the timeline around the Ethereum Foundation. To summarize events, a lot of people who have an interest in ETH are not happy with the Ethereum Foundation, blaming it really for the current underperformance of Ethereum and calling for a lot of changes. I mean, basically the only thing the Ethereum Foundation does is continually sell Ethereum. That's it. Vitalik Buterin responded to this by posting about leadership structure changes at the foundation, outlining its goals, bringing up a big emphasis on supporting builders, decentralization, open source technology, privacy, but also declaring in the standout quote of the post that he would not execute some kind of ideological vibes pivot from the feminized World Economic Forum soy boy mentality to Bronze Jade mindset. WTF, Vitalik. He also added that the foundation would not engage in political lobbying. They're above it. Damn it, Vitalik. Oh, and he put on a My Lady PFP profile picture. So that's a good sign. Let them have cake, he said. However, Vitalik also took strong exception to attacks on the Ethereum Foundation executive director, Ayame Gucci, calling some of the pressure being placed on her pure evil. But she literally said that she doesn't want Ethereum to be competitive, to be winning, just be all zen and shit. This is the most competitive industry in the world. You can't take that attitude. This led to the founder of Lido, Konstantin Lamashuk, retweeting a new account called Second Foundation, which created speculation about a breakaway Ethereum leadership group. But he later clarified that it was just the tweet and no such alternative foundation actually exists, ... yet. As of now, the Twitter drama seems to have largely blown over. And crypto, of course, tends to move on pretty quickly, but it doesn't mean that the underlying issues have been resolved. This kind of infighting and public bickering didn't look good from the outside and is not what holders want to see. You need unity, you need vision, and Ethereum just doesn't have that right now. Vitalik's, doing whatever Vitalik does, man. And it's also drawing attention to the problems, or really the main one being the lack of Ethereum shipping. They need new tech desperately. This cycle, there's been a distinct lack of attention-catching products deployed on Ethereum. I mean, Eigenlayer, come on. At least compared to previously. Last cycle, everything was happening on ETH. All the big advancements were happening on ETH. Now look, You could point to EigenLayer, you could point to Athena as big standout developments. There's been some stuff happening, okay? It's not to say there hasn't been. We had the Pepe meme coin, which hit an amazing $11 billion market cap. But the reality is that Ethereum set a high early bar when it comes to building and deploying. And the feeling right now is that to find those same former levels of excitement, you need to look somewhere else because Ethereum is just not delivering at this cycle. And we'll cover that in a moment. In fact, it's got so bad that even Bloomberg is putting the boot in here, okay? Publishing an article in January with the headline that said, "Nobody is interested in your crypto philosophizing." Talking directly about Ethereum. Now, this takes aims at Vitalik, who does on occasion like to philosophize, which is fine. Philosophize and then deliver the damn technology, man. Cheaper fees, faster transactions on the Ethereum main chain. And it claims that users don't want lectures on governance and software philosophy. What they want is a fast, cheap chain where they can do shit, which is why now you understand why Solana is winning, why Sui's catching up. Because everyone, retail at the moment, we're not talking about big institutional players and whales and stuff like that, but retail, the vast majority of users in the cryptocurrency marketplace, they want to flip meme coins and AI and all that kind of stuff. Fair criticism. It seems harsh to dunk on a founder for being too focused on sticking to principles and having aims beyond animal tokens. But then again, maybe there's such a thing as being too high-minded, and ETH price action is reflecting that. Either way, these points, especially when it comes to meme coins, lead inevitably to a comparison with the chain of the cycle so far. And of course, we're talking about competition from Solana and other layer ones. But before we get into that, a quick shout out to today's sponsor, which is iTrust Capital. So if you are doing the crypto game and you don't like paying taxes, you might want to listen up because iTrust Capital lets you wrap your crypto trading in a retirement account, so 401k or whatever other retirement account you have, or if you want to start a new one, they can help you start a new one. Basically, you can trade as much as you want, 1,000 trades, 10,000 trades, whatever, all the top coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. And here's the deal. Every time you trade, it's a non-taxable event because you've wrapped it within your retirement account. Pretty damn cool, right? They've got a great selection of coins. They're the biggest IRA provider in the crypto game. They do in-kind withdrawals, meaning you can actually take those coins into custody. You can buy physical gold and silver via the partnership with Kitco. And as a special bonus for you, you can even get a $100 bonus when signing up using the link down below. If you just want to learn more, go check out that link down below. See if they have the right solutions for you and your investing goals. Thank you very much, as always, for supporting our sponsors. So here's a unique metaphor from crypto Twitter. Ethereum is like England, too caught up in its history, but Solana is like America, full speed, YOLO, America, Solana, yeah, woo! And to be honest, and no offense to the Brits out there, love you guys, Solana has looked like it's having a lot more fun lately, and prices perhaps reflect that. As it hit a new all-time high in January, well, its total value locked has grown to above $11 billion. And then, of course, there's the fact that so much of the interest has been happening not on Ethereum. Where are the users going? Where are the DEX volumes at? Where are the things being built and deployed? Everything's happening on Solana. Meme coins have been churned out through Pump.Fun, and that's arguable how much positive benefit that's brought in. But most of the new tickers that have temporarily grabbed mind share over the last year, tokens like Chill Guy, Peanut, even Donald Trump's old Trump token, these things were deployed on Solana. Okay, and Jupiter, and Radium, and Jito, and a lot of other stuff too. Also, when it comes to AI agent meta, Solana is in the lead at a total market cap of $5.8 billion, which is just ahead of Base at $5.4 billion, although that lead may grow further with Base AI project Virtuals planning to expand across to Solana. Oh, they're not going to the Ethereum main chain, that'd be suicide. They're going to Solana because that's where everybody is. This contrast between Solana and Ethereum is also evident if we look at the net flows on the two chains across the last 3 months. Solana has seen net positive flows of $1 billion, while for Ethereum, it's the opposite with net negative flows of $276 million. So it's not exactly that everybody's rushing for, there's like $70 billion or something still on Ethereum. It's not that everybody's leaving, but the trend is out only. That said, though, you can also find that the top chain across the last 3 months for positive flows is Base, which is an Ethereum layer 2, $2.6 billion. Obviously, being an Ethereum layer 2 is an important factor here because not that the Ethereum ecosystem is dying, it's just the main chain's struggling. Also, I focused here on Solana as currently the most prominent Ethereum competitor, but there are a lot of other layer 1s out there vying for position. We could talk about Sui, we could talk about Aptos, Hyperliquid looking like a strong potential runner, all this kind of stuff. So taking all this in, including the question of how layer 2s like Base actually play into the story, you might start to ask, well, what are the actual positives for Ethereum now? And is it actually all over for ETH? I don't think that it is. I think there's a lot of positives coming, but you can't argue the fact that sentiment and direction are very much lacking at the moment. So despite all the issues we talked about, yes, okay? First off, there's definitely a future for Ethereum. There's a lot of positives for Ethereum. We have spot ETH ETFs run by financial giants, including BlackRock and Fidelity, but then we assume we're going to get Solana ETFs, so that's not going to be such a big moat anymore. But if you remember the ETH ETFs, they did launch last July, and while they had a very slow start, they've put TradFi rails in place for all kinds of investors to start getting exposure to Ethereum, and they've reached a total asset under management across all funds of $10.6 billion. And speaking of traditional finance, BlackRock's Larry Fink just recently went on CNBC and stated, "I want the SEC to rapidly approve the tokenization of bonds and stocks. Real-world assets are an area with huge potential for crypto, and the blockchain that has the closest association with the real-world asset market right now is Ethereum." And you have to remember, institutions aren't going to give a crap about paying $50 or $100 to put $100 million in bonds on chain or $10 million of real estate. They don't care about that. It's still cheap for them. Then there's the layer 2 landscape where things seem to be panning out in a pretty healthy way. The standout chain, of course, as mentioned, is Base, which has a total value locked around $3.4 billion. Huge amount of users, lots of high quality projects, including Aerodrome Finance and the Virtuals protocol. So lots to like about Base. The problem with layer 2s, they don't add a lot of value back to the main chain. Recent upgrades meant that layer 2s are much cheaper to use, but they're not really helping ETH that much, the asset, okay? Virtuals, by the way, one of the most highly valued AI agent protocols out there. Now, on top of all this, as this is the first time we've ever had a pro-crypto American president dropping his own meme coin, he did that on Solana. But let's not forget World Liberty Financial, the Trump family DeFi project, buying Ethereum. They're up to about, 200 some million dollars, whatever, worth of Ethereum. Last we checked was around 60K ETH, but he keeps buying more all the time. There are other metrics too that paint a bright picture, such as Ethereum taking 52% of all TVL across blockchains, but that's been slowly falling, okay? But it's still strong. Well, Ethereum and its layer 2s combined executed more than 2 billion transactions throughout 2024. Pretty impressive, right? Looking at the broader view, it's also worth considering that 2025 so far has been, for crypto, kind of strange. It was a pretty wild January, wasn't it? BTC at all-time highs, but sentiment being super erratic and all over the place, and there are constant calls, of course, for the cycle top is in. Every time there's any kind of minor dip, top's in, told you a top was in, it's over, sell everything now. A lot of people are over-allocated to memes. Token rotations are happening at light speed. It's really hard for investors to keep up. It's draining on the average investor, and altcoin pumps are simply not being sustained. And there are insane numbers of new tokens launching all the time. So all in all, it's true that Ethereum holders may be eyeing up Bitcoin sitting above $100,000. Looking at Solana putting in 35x price run since after the bear market lows and literally hitting new all-time highs, as well as basically every metric you can imagine surpassing Ethereum right now, and feeling like ETH should be doing better. But still, despite all the hate, despite all the drama, it would be pretty hasty to write off Ethereum anytime soon. And yes, we're probably still going to $10,000 a cycle, despite the dysfunction at the Ethereum Foundation and the lack of direction and the lack of a timeline to get fees down to a realistic level. It'll probably still go to 10K because Donald Trump's buying it. BlackRock loves it. Where institutions don't give a shit that it costs a lot of money to use the main chain. They'll use it anyway. Thanks for watching.